Now at 6, busted. This is one of the largest synthetic marijuana seizures in Hillsborough County history. New at 6, ABC Action News reporter Isabel Rosales shows us how more than 500 pounds of spice posed a serious danger to an entire neighborhood.
An anonymous tip led to the month-long investigation, but investigators had no clue they'd find this much spice. Not only dangerous to those consuming it, but also to unsuspecting neighbors living by where it's made. 525 pounds of spice in ready-to-ship boxes. Investigators believe this husband and wife team rented a home on Little Road in Valrico for the sole purpose of manufacturing and selling spice.
Well, it's shocking because normally you don't expect something like that in this kind of a neighborhood.
Neighbor Olga Iris Morales tells me it's especially troubling because she lives off an oxygen tank.
Yes, of course, especially since it would be in the air.
HCSO calls spice one of the most dangerous drugs they see on the streets. It's even at times mixed with chemicals found in rat poison.
These chemicals are dangerous. These chemicals, some of them can be even deadly if ingested in certain amounts.
HCSO says Roger Walkham and Danya Hussein also kept the drugs in this storage unit and another home in Plant City. Deputies say they may have picked the locations on purpose.
They do it in nicer neighborhoods because it's unsuspecting. The neighbors wouldn't be suspecting that such an operation like this is occurring, so there's less likelihood of being detected by police.
Even more alarming, the sheriff says some packaging with cartoon characters target kids and teens. The investigation continues into just where all this spice was going to. In Tampa, I'm Isabel Rosales, ABC Action News.
We're just getting new information about a deadly crash we first told you about at 11 last night. Tampa police now saying 63-year-old Lila Reed is the woman who died when a car hit her. Officers say she was crossing 40th Street when it happened. The driver who hit her is cooperating and no charges have been filed.
Minutes from now, worried neighbors in Sarasota will gather to address the increase in gun violence. 4 shootings in the Newtown neighborhood earlier this month left many wondering who is next. They're hoping a discussion tonight with police is the first step to making city streets safe again. The Stop the Gun Violence meeting begins at 6:30 at the Robert Taylor Community Complex. I want you to take a good look at these pictures. Pasco County deputies saying someone broke into a car and then stole a woman's purse on Sunday. After that, they say this woman tried to buy something with the victim's credit card in Hillsborough County. A black Hyundai Elantra spotted at both locations. Call deputies if you know who this woman might be.
A rainy Memorial Day weekend will spoil a lot of plans and hurt many Bay Area businesses. Charter fishing captain Jared Simonetti could lose thousands of dollars.
Even a lot of people that think about going, they see the weather in the forecast and they're canceling, even if there is going to be a break in the weather.
Meanwhile, there are 3 big music events that could be impacted as well. The Sunset Music Festival at Ray J, the Margarita Festival at Curtis Dixon Park, and the 97X Barbecue at Vinoy Park. Be sure to watch the updated forecast if you're going to be heading to one of those events.
Well, as we stare down a new tropical system, Salvation Army leaders are taking inventory and making a hurricane shelter plan this week. Some Salvation Army shelters were overwhelmed by the amount of need after Hurricane Irma. The Bradenton chapter nearly ran out of food and they had to turn some people away from the shelter. But they say that won't happen again this year.
We have the capacity. It won't be as comfortable as our shelter bed will be. It'll be a mat on the floor, but if need be, then we'll open it up.
The Salvation Army promises no one will be turned away this year, and the group is ordering more food if a major storm is forecast to hit Florida again. And this is not something you want to find in your pool, right? Take a look. A Sarasota couple finding this 300-pound alligator at their Planters Knoll Terrace home. FWC sent out a trapper to get it out. They think it may have just wandered over from a nearby pond. The trapper relocated that gator.
It's a setback for the world. That's President Trump's message tonight after canceling the North Korean summit. Mr. Trump planned to meet North Korean leader Kim Jong-un in Singapore next month. But the president saying today the meeting would be inappropriate because of Kim's recent displays of, quote, tremendous anger and open hostility. An administration official says the door is not closed on a summit at a later date. New tonight, Congress just expanding private care for veterans. It's an alternative to the troubled Veterans Affairs health system. The measure allows veterans to see private doctors when they face lengthy wait times or VA medical centers do not offer the services they need.
A new warning tonight before you start hitting the beach this summer. A new study claiming 73% of all sunscreens do not work as advertised. And the Environmental Working Group says many contain toxic ingredients. The group also saying 9 of the 14 worst sunscreens for children come from Banana Boat and Coppertone.
Still to come, necessary changes tonight, the new requirements for nursing homes and assisted living facilities that will happen this hurricane season, and how some places are already taking action to protect your loved ones.
And zombie alert, thousands getting the odd message during a power outage. Tonight, a Florida city revealing how someone was able to send it out. Dennis?
Yeah, and a pretty ominous looking skies down to the south there. Some very heavy thunderstorms moving into southern Sarasota County and now moving into Manatee County as well. We'll take a closer live look at Titan Doppler radar coming up.
Well, it will soon be easier to get across a main bridge in St. Petersburg. The city reconfiguring lanes on a 40th Avenue bridge. It's the main way in and out of the Shore Acres neighborhood. The city says they're going to shift the barriers and raise the speed limit to 25 miles an hour. Work will start on Monday, June 4th, and will take about 2 or 3 days.
New study tonight revealing information every parent should know. Researchers looking into which cars are the worst in the heat, like we see during our summer months here. It found smaller economy type cars heat up on the inside faster than a mid-size sedan or bigger vehicles. The study also looked at the health effects on a child stuck inside a hot car. They say a child could start to show signs of serious heat illnesses within an hour, and damage can start at a 104-degree body temperature. Now to an update on this bizarre zombie alert in Lake Wales. A city spokesperson says it traces back to a system hack that happened during Hurricane Irma. We told you the city sent an alert to nearly 8,000 customers following a power outage, saying there was, quote, an extreme zombie activity. Last fall, a hacker hit Lake Wales during Hurricane Irma. The city thought they'd gotten rid of all the hacked messages, but this one slipped through the cracks.
NOAA just releasing its prediction for this coming hurricane season as Dennis rolls his eyes. Forecasters now saying we should expect a near or above normal year. The organization saying there's a 70% chance of 10 to 16 named storms, and they say 5 to 9 of those could become hurricanes. 1 to 4 storms could be major hurricanes. Dennis will comment on that later. Meantime, one of the most disturbing lessons we learned last hurricane season came from the tragic deaths of a dozen nursing home residents. Their deaths prompted new state laws, and I-Team investigator Katie Legrone shows us the new requirements that must be in place this season and if facilities are really ready.
We have no electric.
If there's one image that reflects the tragedy of Hurricane Irma in Florida, it doesn't get more dreadful than this. Elderly patients rushed out of a Hollywood nursing home.
People are just absolutely shocked.
Last summer, residents there died, not from the storm, but the steamy aftermath of living for days in a nursing home without power.
8 patients are now confirmed dead.
That 8 became 12, prompting Florida's governor to sign new laws. Laws that now require Florida nursing homes and assisted living facilities be equipped with generators or alternate power supplies that can keep power on for several days following an outage.
What can this do in the event of a storm?
It will basically run our air conditioning. It will keep our TVs on, lights on, kitchen running.
So life is normal?
Yep.
At the Windsor House Assisted Living Facility in Clearwater, this new generator was installed last October.
How much did this cost you?
About $14,000 all told.
The purchase made after the tragedy on the East Coast and the governor's emergency reaction.
It is good. The knee-jerk reaction from Tallahassee was not good.
The governor's swift actions were eventually challenged by the industry, and ultimately a compromise was signed off earlier this year. Nursing homes and assisted living facilities have until July 1st to get generators installed and enough fuel to keep them running, ensuring when a storm turns the power off, some of our most vulnerable neighbors never again become powerless.
We're ready. We're ready.
I'm I-Team investigator Katie Legrone, taking action for you.